Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nene and this is Nene's Crafting Corner. I've got something a little different for you guys. I'm gonna start prepping the kit All Dogs Go to Heaven. I'm almost done with that cottage by the lake, but I needed a break. So this is the painting I'm prepping. It's a round. I haven't done one of those in a long time. So I thought I would I haven't done a kitting up video in a long time, so I thought I'd shake it up a little bit. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the last couple of weeks. Yet again, another very unplanned hiatus. I had lost it was probably a bout of depression, to be perfectly honest with you. And how I tell usually is I lose interest in everything. Like, I mean everything. I don't have nearly as many bouts as I used to. Mostly probably because of my situation is so much better than I used to have. A lot of them when I was married the first time, so yay for improvement. I went ahead and did some little prep work. As you can see, I've sorted all of my bags by like 100, 300, 400, etc. Because I'm quirky and I have to do it in numerical order. And I also went and stickered everything accordingly. Sorry, I am super worried that I'm not in frame, but I am, so we're good. Okay. And then if I still have some time, I pulled up some random questions to answer just for fun. Because again, it's been a hot minute since I did that. That's actually how I first started doing my videos, was answering random questions. Anyway, so, I mean, not a lot of noteworthy things have happened since I went on my little hiatus. The biggest one probably being we got a new car. We are selling Tim's car, and we bought a Honda Pilot 2015. I'm going to skip 310 because there's a lot of 310 because it's the Mandy Manzano, so I have all of these 310s to sort through. Anyway, so that's probably like the biggest, most exciting thing. There was Easter last week. Oh crap, on a cracker. Sorry, my table's angled slightly because it's not hard to adjust, but I just find it a little annoying, so I adjust it as little as possible. But anyway, so I could make it flat, but I don't because I'm lazy. Anyway, so Easter, we went to church services with my parents, and then we came home, took a nap, went to his mom and dad's for a little while, had a meal there, and then we went to my sister's for another meal. And then we went to my parents for dessert, not dinner, for dessert. Oh, and we are planning, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, so surprise. I'll probably pre-record and then upload it while we're gone, but the first weekend in May, we are going to Portland, Oregon with my nephew Christopher, his wife Gabby, their baby William, my sister Nicole, and her son Spencer. And we're going to I don't know if I'm able to say this to a straight face, so don't hate me. Because I'm a jerk, okay? I love my husband, but he's a geeky nerd. I mean, I am a geeky nerd, but homeboy is a geeky nerd. But hey, it makes him happy, so whatever. He's not out doing things he shouldn't be. Anyway, we're going for a Pokemon tournament, the card game. Christopher and Tim and Spencer all play. So they're going to go, Christopher and Tim will play in their age bracket, and then Spencer will go play in his age bracket because Spencer just turned 13. This will be Spencer's first trip out of the state that I'm aware of. Spencer's like me. He's the youngest of 8. So when you have a big family like that, sometimes trips and stuff are a lot more limited, and that's perfectly fine. You know, I grew up happy as a clam for the most part. It wasn't until I was a teenager that, and that's a whole nother thing, which I think I've explained briefly here before. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so he's super excited and super nervous, I think, because it's going to be his first time flying, his first time out of state, and that's why Nicole's coming. And so while the boys are playing Pokemon, us girls and little William are going to go wander the Portland city and see what we can see. I did actually mention to Nicole, the thought occurred to me. So my dad was born in Portland and then moved to California when he was either a little kid or a teenager. I can't remember. I can't remember if my grandma met my grandpa, not my grandfather, my grandpa. The man I knew as grandpa. I never met my biological grandfather, at least not in my living memory. Anyway, again, not the point. I can't remember if she met him in Oregon and they moved to California, or if they met in California. My dad, my mom, or my dad, my aunt, and my grandma moved to California and then she met my grandpa. I can't remember. Anywho, not the point. Nicole, I can't remember how, but somehow she found our step-grandma. And I know it's super weird that I say step-grandma when I call my grandpa not my step-grandpa, because, again, I don't have a living memory of my grandfather. So, Grandpa Davis is Grandpa Davis. Not step-grandpa Davis. It was just Grandpa Davis. Anyway, again, not the point. Where's my 7? So there. So she found my grandfather, my grandpa Garval. He died in 1990, I believe. And he had married a woman, and Nicole had found her. Again, I can't remember how exactly, but Nicole found her, and my dad and her built somewhat of a relationship. I guess they were only a few years apart in age. And so I told Nicole, I was like, on Easter when we were at my parents', I was like, Nicole, and it came up. I can't remember how it came up. I was like, oh, Nicole, we should go see if we can find Grandpa Garval's grave and see if we can either find her residence or find her grave, Grandma Pat. And she goes, oh, that'd be really fun. And my dad's like, oh, she's not dead. She's only a few years older than I am. My dad just turned 81. And I was like, Dad, Grandma Pat lived with a smoker. Secondhand smoke kills. She could very well be dead. And he's like, oh, good point. My poor dad, we think he has dementia. And so he never remembered all that great to begin with. Like, he tends to skew stories that we've heard a bajillion times. And so we know he's skewed them, but he swears it's the gospel truth. And you don't fight with somebody that has dementia. Like, you just let it go, because they can get very angry and sometimes violent. So nobody wants that. Anyway, so we're going to go try and find either both of their graves or just Grandpa's, and then we'll see if we can find Grandma Pat while we're in Portland. Because we fly in. Oh crap, I think I'm gonna need another jar. Yep. So we're gonna either try and find Grandma Pat or find both of their graves. So yeah, that would be kind of fun to do. Sorry, concentration. Whee. Because we fly in on Friday and then we fly out Monday. So it'll be fun. It'll be a nice, relaxing time for me from work. So that's always good. Sorry, excuse my arm while I adjust all of these. And so I'm really looking forward to that trip. Plus, Nicole hasn't been on a vacation basically by herself in I don't know how long. So it'll be good for her too. So I'll probably pre-record something and upload it while we're gone. That was totally the wrong color. This is what I get for talking and not paying attention. Luckily, I just have to switch the lids. That is basically the long and the short of it of the exciting news, other than I got up, went to work, came home, laid in bed, got up, went to work, came home, laid in bed. Because again, I'm pretty sure I had a bout of depression and, well, I didn't want to do anything. I lost interest in basically everything. Going through the motions until I felt like actually getting up and doing something. So here we are. Anyway, I also started therapy. I've only had one session. So, you know, the getting to know you, kind of sort of setting up a game plan, that kind of a thing. So it went really well. I think we did a phone session. So, she does it that way because she says it seems to be a little less awkward, which I would agree. So I'm actually going into office next week because she does it bi-weekly. So, I actually get to go in and meet her next week. But anyway, so that seemed to have gone. She seems to be a good fit. I think she said she was an older lady, which I get along with older people better. Probably because all of my siblings are so much older than me. Like, my older siblings are so much older than me. But anyway, so yay. And I'm pretty sure that's just about it on the noteworthy things in my life in the last couple of weeks. Like the big noteworthy things, other than, like I said, the day-to-day of things. So with that being said, and we're only about 15 minutes into this, I will start answering some of these rando questions. Please hold. Excuse my arm. All right, so here we go. What is your current passion project? Well, not to sound too cheesy and self-helpy, I'm my passion project, hence the therapy. I am done living, well, I'm done just surviving. I want to thrive in my life. I have lived in autopilot far too long, and it's time to fix what can be fixed and improve on, because everybody, I don't care who you are, this is my personal belief, everybody could do with some therapy. You know, I'm not saying like intensive, like you're a train wreck kind of a therapy, but you know, it doesn't hurt to have somebody to talk things out with other than like your support group. Okay, sometimes you need a little bit more help. And therapists are equipped to give you that help, right? Anyway, so that's my passion project. I'm the passion project. Me, myself, and I. And all of my 27 personalities. Not really, but really. Let's see. Do you have any hobbies? Yes, I do. I diamond paint. I do nails. I knit. I crochet. I can embroider a little bit. I quilt. I can make clothes, so I can sew clothes. Not very well, but I can do it. I have dabbled in sketching and painting. I'm told I'm good at it, but I, being my own worst critic, I don't think so. But there is a gene there. There is an artistic gene in my family. So it is there. If I actually applied myself, I probably could get really good at it, but I don't want to. Anyway, so those are probably, oh, and I love to read. I don't read nearly as much as I used to because I'm finding that I get tired, like sleepy. Anyway, but I do love to read. How do you like to spend your free time? Doing my hobbies. That seems like a silly question, but whatever. Yes, so that's how I like to spend my free time, doing my hobbies. 3021. There it is. What kind of music are you into? Yes. I have a wide and eclectic taste in music. The only music I really don't like would probably be like certain heavy metal. I'm not going to say all heavy metal because sometimes I think something's not heavy metal and it is. And anyway, like Metallica. I know I don't like Metallica. Sorry, don't hate me. I just don't. And actually, I don't even know if they're considered heavy metal. Heavy rock. I don't know. Anyway, I will listen to classical, but not very long. Rap. Rap is probably one of the other ones that and again, rap is a hit and a miss for me because I really do like Tupac. I like most of Eminem. It just depends. But yeah, I'll listen to techno. I don't really care for techno either. But there are a couple of songs that I like. So again, it's yes, I like music. I like all of it. Generally, lately, I have been listening to a lot of classic country. When I say classic country, I mean Conway Twitty, Patsy Cline, those kinds of things, the older stuff. Oh, these are going to be staticky. I'm going to have to put some dryer sheets in there. So yes, I listen to just about anything and everything, and then I will tell you specifically if I do or do not like said genre, band, whatever. But I will listen to just about anything. I also tend to lately be listening to a lot of 80s, 90s rock. So again, you got Alice Cooper, Kiss, Black Sabbath, a little bit of the Rolling Stones. Meh. I also feel they're very overrated. Bob Seger, the like. So yeah. Short answer, yes, I like all music. Or I will listen to just about all music. Do you have any pets? Well, if you're new here, yes, I do. And I also, I'm really good at this. If you're new here, welcome to the crazy scatterbrain train wreck that is my life. And hope you enjoy. And if you're coming back, well, God bless you. I appreciate you. And let's be friends. Let's be crazy friends together. It's fine. So, if you are new here, I do have pets. I have now only Blue, my soon-to-be 11-year-old Maltese, who I call my toothless wonder because August of last year he had all of his toofers pulled because he had a nasty abscess in his mouth. So they pulled all of his teeth. And now he just has no teeth. His tongue lops out the side of his mouth, and it's freaking the cutest thing ever. I did have another dog, Jacques, but we had to put him down about a month ago. And I know I'm sounding a little callous about it. Like I'm not showing a lot of emotion, but depends on who I'm talking to, what we're talking about. Jacques he was probably somewhere between 13 and 15. He was deaf, blind, had dementia, he was incontinent. So we decided to put him down because his quality of life was not good. Anyway, so now we've just got Blue, and we were a little worried that Blue was not going to adjust very well, because, animals tend to get used to having their little buddies around, and nope, Blue was meant to be an only child. He is relishing all of the attention, and he's a needy little thing. Needy little thing. Again, I don't think I'm in frame. Nope, I am. Okay, sorry guys, I'm like, anyway. P.S. These little funnels, they're a freaking lifesaver, and they're collapsible. Just, I love it for kidding up. They're amazing. Anyway, side note. It actually came with my little bin that I have here. Maybe after I'm done, I'll show you. Yeah, so those are my pets. What's your claim to fame? I don't have a claim to fame, okay? I'm boring. I am predictable. I guess that's my claim to fame. I'm predictable and old, okay? I was old at 16. I remember, instead of going out to parties, I remember going home and going to bed. Now, granted, I was on the swim team, and so on school nights, I had practice at 4 or 5 in the morning. So, I mean, there's that. But that's probably my claim to fame, going to bed early. My siblings all joke, all of them. We were, where were we? It was just recent too. Tim and I were out pretty late. And they're like, Janae, it's past your bedtime. I'm like, I know, okay? I know. Shut up. So that's my claim to fame. Going to bed early, probably, most likely. Who is one of your favorite celebrity role models? Well, as a general rule of thumb, I typically don't use celebrities per se as a role model. Because especially the older I get, the more I want to make my own informed decisions. I don't want somebody choosing for me. Now, I guess this could be taken as, do I have certain celebrities that I like certain character traits about or whatever? Sure. Can I think of them at the moment? No. I do appreciate certain celebrities' openness about certain things that have happened in their lives, whether in or out of the business, and talking about unstigmatizing certain things. I can definitely get on board with that and appreciate that. But yeah, I generally don't look up to celebrities in that way, I guess. I don't know. That's a weird question to me, but whatever. I'll tell you who my favorite actor is, though. Jensen Ackles from Supernatural. If you watch Supernatural, you let me know, because Dean, I'm here for it, okay? He's my fave. I'm Dean, okay? Just, I cry a little more because, well, I'm me. But anyway, What is your dream job? You know, at this point, I don't know if I even have a dream job anymore. Stay at home. That's my dream job. That's the dream, to stay home. Even if I could work from home, I need to find a job where I can work from home and not have to talk to people. So if you know, let me know, because I need that in my life. I need to not talk to people. That's probably the best thing for all parties involved, because people are stupid and I've had it. Because I work for a trucking company, a local trucking company here in Utah that only does pickups and deliveries in the state of Utah. And tell you what, people are mean and nasty, and I am over that. And wow, that kid did not take as long as I thought it would. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit here and chit chat with you for a few minutes. Oh, wait, just kidding. I still have 3 10s to do. Ha 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 ha. Joke's on you. Guys, I'm having a great struggle. And those are extras. I don't know if you can see them, but those are extras. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so dream job. I'm actually going to pair it up with, I thought there was a question in here. If money were no object. Okay. I don't think so. So I'm going to, if money were no object, not necessarily my dream job. If money were no object, what would I be doing with my time? If money were no object, I would buy a big open ranch. I mean big, I'm talking acres, okay? And build a big, ginormous house. And I would go to shelters and empty them out of all the dogs. And on this ranch is where all the dogs would go to live, in the shelters. I would take care of them. I would love them. I'd exercise them. All the things until they died. That's what I would do with my time. If money were no object, and that would be my dream job. Not that I would get paid to do it, but there you go. How did you find out about, current place or event? Well, we're going to skip that one because these are also kind of like conversation starters. And, well, anyway, so we're going to skip that one. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Well, I would go to several different places. First and foremost on that list would be, and probably not for the reasons you're thinking, it would be Amsterdam. And here's why. Because I am a big fat history nerd. I became obsessed, not like in a creepy way and not in a negative way, but I became obsessed with World War II, Nazi Germany. Not like I'm a white supremacist or anything. No. Anne Frank specifically. I became obsessed with Anne Frank. I distinctly remember in 4th grade, my 4th grade teacher read us 2 books. One was called Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes, and it was about a little girl who, lived in Hiroshima after the atomic bomb was detonated on Hiroshima, and she got, I believe it's radiation poisoning. And the legend goes that if you make 1,000 paper cranes, that the gods or the crane itself, or it's been a long time since I've read the book, but and I believe it's based on a true story. I can't remember. Again, it's been a long time since I've read it. But anyway, it was a good book. Clearly, it's stuck in my brain all this time. But I can't remember how it ends. I think she does end up dying. I honestly can't remember. But anyway, so they read that book. She read that book, and then my teacher read a book called Number the Stars. And that book is what propelled me to look into World War II and read the diary of Anne Frank. And I just opened that bag and I had that bag. Ooh, I'm scatterbrained. Anyway, read the diary of Anne Frank. But this book, Number of the Stars, takes place in Denmark, Copenhagen specifically. And it's about a 12-year-old girl. And it's, Denmark was occupied by the Germans. So again, specifically, this was Copenhagen, the capital. I believe the royalty at the time were exiled. But anyway, her best friend is a Jewish girl. And her parents go into hiding and they take the girl as one of their own, her parents take her in as their child. And the story is about their friendship and the great lengths that the main character, Anne-Marie, goes to protect her friend and get them smuggled to safety in Switzerland. And it tells of how they actually managed to do it. And, like, in real life, this is, like, freaking what happened. Like, they came up with a way. So, again, okay, geography, not my thing. But somewhere on the coast of Denmark, I guess my understanding is there's a little ways that if you take a boat, you can cross into Switzerland. And the fishermen built these spaces underneath their boats. And that's how they would smuggle the Jews into neutral Switzerland. Now, the Nazis had dogs that would sniff out people, right? So they tried putting fish over the hatches of these rooms or whatever under their boats, and the dogs would still find them. So scientist peoples and the resistance came up with a solution. In handkerchiefs or what have you, I think it was the handkerchiefs, they mixed a chemical combination somehow of, I think it was rabbit's blood and cocaine, if I remember correctly. And so the dogs would smell the rabbit blood, and they'd pull out the handkerchief that these dogs were smelling. And the dogs would smell the handkerchief, and the cocaine, I think it was cocaine, would dull the senses, like basically numb the senses of the dog, so the dog couldn't actually properly smell. And so they'd sniff about the boat, go through all the fish, and they wouldn't smell anything because their senses were dulled. And so that's how they smuggled, I don't even know how many, but that's how they smuggled people across into Switzerland and saved their lives. And yeah, it was a really good book. Anyway, so that's what propelled me into World War II and studying Anne Frank and the Holocaust and all of those atrocities. And I'm not I know that there are still people out there that believe that didn't actually happen, and it boggles my mind how they don't. So this is not up for debate. This is not, I'm going to argue with you about it, whether it did or did not happen. We're not discussing that, okay? I'm just answering the question. So anyway, long and the short of it, I would like to go to Amsterdam, see the Anne Frank house. I would love to go to Poland and see Auschwitz. I know love seems like a weird word to use, but it's always been my dream. Europe, I want to go to Europe. I love history, and so Europe has such a rich history. I would love to go see all of the things, castles and such things. But anyway, I am done kitting up officially now, other than these two, which is fine. I'll fill them up as they empty. But I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to save this list for if I ever have a lull in a week or whatever, we can finish the list. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about me. And I guess I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for your patience, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.